A very good morning to you, as I was just doing some preparation earlier so I can come back to you with another great show, the breakfast show, Trading with SMARTRobie idea. That's right, this morning, and hope I find you good and well. For some of you who may just want to know what's happening to our market, and definitely this morning, a lot of good things happening. The market has boom, break higher, isn't it? As I said before, if you've been following the Pentagon Guide in here, you are able to follow and time the market as well as being as good as a professional. That's what SMARTRobie does. It gives you the what we call the unfair advantages for those of you, especially if you are newbie. Now, if you are newbie, just type in there newbie and welcome to the breakfast show again. But today is our segment on intermediate. That's right. So let me just go on to what I have for you this morning in here is no other than our segment of our story. That's right. So let's start off with, but not without just showing you the schedule that we have for you in here. Today is Wednesday. We're talking about intermediate levels. We're talking about some trending shares. That's a stock pick that we look at. Chart setup, important, right? Just like we say, some of the stocks will be pick up, which have run a lot, and also new sentiments is getting better, despite what we've seen so far. But we will look at some of the news headline that I have for you today, all right? And of course, this coming Friday, it's a Selangor holiday, so unfortunately, I'll be taking a day off. No doubt, the market is open, that's right? But I'll be off on Friday, so there won't be any breakfast show, so take note of that one. But anyway, I will announce on the social media platform too, all right? So let's look at our KLCI Bursa market headlines this morning right here. What do we have for you in here? Definitely is FGV. Right now, we all know FGV, which is one of the darling during the Najib era when your first listed was 455. Now, how many of you have bought FGV? Just sort of share with me. Have you bought FGV? All right. Now, if you have bought FGV, I think it's a lot of disastrous, isn't it, right? So sometimes I say, if you want to make money, stay away from the GLC. That's right. I have stayed away from the GLC for many, many years, and that has paid dividend. I went on to something that is more reputable in here. If you look from this chart in here, they are talking about taking a Felda Global to $1.90. Now, you just remember back in 2012, in the period of 8 years, from 455 when it first listed, now is only $1.30. Now it's actually doing 126. So in that way, we call it value destroying. Of course, many of you know you're smart enough right now, right, to follow the smart money. You will not fall on those kind of prey, isn't it? So that's why we always find that it's good, always practice to really know what you're buying and understand the implication of smart money. That's what we're all about. That's what we wanted to teach you this morning in here for those of you who can. Now, also last weekend, we ended our master course. That's right, our master course not really ended. We still have one more session tonight. So as such, tonight again there won't be any Wednesday night talk because I'll be doing the live trading for the US market for my members. That's right, the masterclass members. Tonight we will start at 9 o'clock until 12 midnight. We'll be looking at the US market, and I'll be covering a lot of the good segments, some of the stocks that we'll be looking at US, which will help you going forward for this booming 2021. So that's right. So masterclass student, remember to join me. And those of you who interested to come to our masterclass, our next intake will be in February. Just take note of the date right now. So we do this every 2 months, so you're able to follow. So for those of you who have joined us last weekend, that's great. You have a boom. The money that you're going to make, that's good enough to pay you a nice holiday coming in. And then January, you'll be enjoying another boom and so forth. That's how we want to do it. That's how I want to share my experience with you in there. But let's look at what we have for you going forward. Now, we have talked a lot about the top glove and the Kosan and the rubber glove and the Supermax. So in here, there is a spike because this evening, I believe the top glove will be announcing their results. So we have a line change yesterday and also a Pentagon Guide. We can check it out in here. Let me just bring it out and show you top glove. Right, we're going to look at the daily chart, and this is the 5-minute chart. Of course, we stick to daily chart, and that's where we have. So earnings will be announced this evening, and if the earnings is as what it is, then you will see a bit of profit taking away. But right now, I don't think the Top Glove is going to go down. It built a very nice base here around the 650. Of course, you will be asking me, can buy Top Glove or not? Now, if you look purely on trading, I think the answer is a yes, because on the green pentagon, that's the one that you want to able to buy. Right now, it's actually a good time to look at it if you're interested in it. Of course, there are better ones. You can also look at Hata for different types of quality in there, but take note, don't buy two from the same thing. This one has green pentagon yet, so the timing definitely going back to Top Glove will be that one. Let's look at Supermax too. All right, so Supermax, it sort of went on, but it didn't hit your ATR stop loss, so that's pretty okay. It's sort of like, you know, moving sideways. Is it going to tend higher? Again, the news of the vaccine will continue to come. Right behind me, they are talking about the Pfizer vaccine for the UK government. I think many of you may have heard that and known that, and that is continually bombarding the rubber glove, right? I know many of you have rubber glove just like me. I also have rubber glove, but I only have Hata. I have sold almost 90% of it, just running my last profit in there. Although I will do a talk next Wednesday. I'll come up with a talk next Wednesday when I come back from this holiday that we have on the Selangor, because it's the Sultan of Selangor holiday on Friday. So a little short holiday for me to rethink and regroup too. So if you look from here, the chairman, okay, of the Bursa, right, did talk about it. Look, if you don't leave out the rubber glove, then our KLCI market has fallen 11%. In November. Now, that's certainly true, but today we have all the finance stocks coming back, isn't it, right? This morning, I think next news when I'll show you what's happening to Public Bank, because they did announce 4-to-1 bonus issue. You have not caught it yet, then you have heard it here before. Now, let's move on to, again, the next news is on Pastec. Now, why Pastec is an energy player? They are going into renewable energy, and this is 100 million win for them. Let me just show you where Pastec is. All right. So if you look at Pastec, if you have followed, again, this is where the very similar to Top Glove. Will Top Glove go up or streamline? That's yet to be known, but definitely you are in the right place at the right time for Top Glove. Those of you who have got in Top Glove, again, the all the sentiment behind Top Glove has been very, very negative, and I like this kind of thing. When it's negative, it's good to go in. You don't want to go in when, but if you had followed just on the purely on the green pentagon, let's say you enter at open right now, you are already 32% in the money. That's right. So it pays dividend to follow the green pentagon in here. So that's Pastec in here. Of course, this kind of news already late, isn't it? Right? Good news, people sell, isn't it? Correct. That's right. So if you look back, let me just share with you again. Pull this back down, right? And you will see they're winning 100 million, right? Good news tend to come at higher. Remember, I always talk about the case study, Hatta Lega, when it gives a very, very good performance. Okay, it was at the peak. So right today, Top Glove, good performance or not, it is at the bottom side, isn't it? Right, bottom side, maybe we won't get the kind of the expectation that we need. It may miss slightly, in my opinion, for the Top Glove when they announce tonight. So we'll see tomorrow how it's going to react to the market. But again, I would say if you have a portfolio, do rotate out from rubber glove. Don't have too many on rubber glove. Having said that, you want to rotate out. I think that's a really good idea to able to rotate out and finally come back in on rubber glove on a more desperate selling in here. It's just that there's so many rubber glove players, isn't it, right? And then even IOI are talking about it, and that's why IOI property shot up. Yong Tai talking about all the healthcare. Everybody's getting into the act here. All right. So let's look at the next news. It's Gamunda. Now, Gamunda is construction in here. Turn our attention away. So let's look at Gamunda, all right? Because we really want to able to teach you to rotate out, those sectors which is, tend to be very popular, because, that's all you have, because the knowledge that you have, and unfortunately, many of you listen, you have to ask yourself, are you a trained investor or trained trader? Most of you say, no need lah. Why go and learn all this training? I pick here, go to free website, can learn, right? But after that, make all the mistake. What happened? So just like as I said before, if you want to be a good chef, you want to be a good guitar player, get some lessons. That's how they get a proper education to educate yourself. And those people who have came in last weekend, I think they did a pretty good job, and we begin our session of formulating and coaching you the next one here. Now, if you look back on the Gamunda, definitely the green pentagon has started way back in 315 here, continue to go up. That looks pretty good, I think, for Gamunda. Certainly an area that you want to take a look at it, continue to move higher. Today on that news, 1.78% up here, so looks good, okay for Gamunda. And the news talk about, you know, they have plenty of land. They are going over to overseas expansion, and let me see what country is that one. They were talking about Cambodia, and they're talking about Penang. Gamuda has always been in Penang in here. Now, very important, having said that, Gamuda has to work on the premise of what? Like the high-speed railway in Malaysia and a couple of construction projects, the HSR. That's the infrastructure spending that they're, okay, some of you want me to look at if you want me to look at some of those stocks, please type it in there. I have Server Dynamics for that one, which I've talked about it anyway. Server Dynamics. I hope you all don't get in now, get in earlier, like when I first mentioned it. All right, Server Dynamics. And if you have any more stocks, just type it on the right hand side. I'll be happy to look at that then, depending what stock you're holding right now. All right, so that's Gamunda here. And yes, of course, right, Public Bank, which I've talked about. That's why let's look at Public Bank, which I do have for my own portfolio, right? Finally, you know, I always told my client and myself, I've never given up on the Public Bank. And yes, all right, you can see way back to $20, okay, $20 in here, came from the base of just before COVID, right here in January 20, right back to 2020. So you didn't lose money in here. Of course, you may say during this time in here, you still get a bit of dividend, having said that, right? So this was a nice one because the chairperson, Tan Sri Teh Hong Piao, said, hey, I want to give you a bonus because this Public Bank are too expensive, like $18, you all cannot buy, right? So I do a 4-for-1 bonus split. So eventually the price will go back to, right, yesterday price will be $3.60. Then people say, wow, Public Bank so cheap, isn't it, right? Last time $18, now $3.60 people will buy, right? Because people have very short memory. And that tendency, that's what the thing does. But my question, I always question the wisdom of it doing it, because bonus issue, like it or not, has no significant effect, except that now it becomes cheaper, more people want to play it. But is Public Bank a share to play? Is Public Bank a share for trading in and out? That's always been that question. It's more of investing in there. But having said that, more retailer coming in, we will see kind of volatility that we will see, usually not in banks, okay? But having said that, I would say Public Bank is not the cheapest among the banking sectors, but definitely one of the better quality banks, as I said. If you agree what I've just said there, just type one. Now, another person here, Suiwa, want me to look at M Steel. Sure, no problem. I'll look at M Steel in here. I'll go through some of the lists that you have here. To look at. All right, definitely my bit. Now, auto industry has a very, very good year. I think many of you seen the B Auto, the UNW, the MBMB, MBMR. That's right, the Purdue one has done pretty well. Let's look at some of those stocks in here. By the time when the news goes to the newspaper, it's already too late. Okay, if you look at that, B Auto. All right, B Auto, Bernas Auto. Again, right now we see this good news. All right, what do we see? Uptrust. Correct. All right. Then you might say, hey, is it time to sell, time to buy? Have a plan. All right. Follow the SMARTRobie trading plan. If you have not, don't just sell on uptrust. Some of you normally do that. But if you, again, going back to the wisdom of the Pentagon Guider here. All right. Now, if you put this in here, if you had gone in, even at the opening price here, 124, right now, it's a 23% profit from only when? Up to 5th of November, 1 month only. Okay, so generally at this stage, how is it going to go higher? Because I believe the auto industry incentive will end 30th of December. All right, so maybe time to take some money off the table if you want. All right, having said that, is that your strategy? Plan it in there, but trail your stops. Take a bit of profit if you have. Let's look at another one, which is also industry, MBMR. Right, this one is the same line. You see, on the 5th November, all shoot up. All right, so this is how the smart money distribute. Look at UMW. Okay, all this again. This one is much earlier. Also 4th of November, boom, straight up in here. If you look at UMW, will be in terms of percentage will be less. You gone in on the opening price. and shoot up to here, which is wow, 50%. That's not too bad, isn't it? For UMW, which has really been beaten out very, very much in here. All right, so that's the notion that we are talking on the auto industry. So you can see the auto industry, having said that, has been a hit going forward. But I think profit taking will be coming. Now is the banking stocks. Okay, there are some of those sectors have never moved. So those of you who want to know what sector is moving, check out the Trade VSA package. We have the sector analysis inside there. That will pretty much tell you, or you can use the SMARTRobie, the trending stocks, pay notice on the sector that you have. But definitely a better picture will be using the dashboard that we have, something which is part of our educational program that we have. All right, let's move on to our next news that we have for you. Is the US market. Now, as I said before, US market has been very, very bullish going forward in there, and I really like about it. Okay, there's another question on Bio Alpha. I look at it. Heng Yuan is already super, super bullish lah. All right, don't buy when it's super bullish lah, because again, I have to ask yourself lah. Some of you did ask the question. Heng Yuan can buy, Bio Alpha can buy, all those, right? Because again, you're not being trained. Okay, learning to read the chart. Stick to SMARTRobie trading idea. If SMARTRobie say yes, I will probably say yes too. All right. If SMARTRobie didn't say anything and you go ahead and buy, you will pay a price. Right. The question is always, people say that SMARTRobie is good, but I don't follow SMARTRobie advice, because SMARTRobie is in a way a train from me. So it's like a personality, a persona of me. So you got to listen to SMARTRobie, okay? If you don't listen to him, then you're not listening to good advice. Then you end up want to buy and you want to chase because you have this so-called, what we call afraid to miss out. FOMO, remember FOMO? I always talk about FOMO, F-O-M-O, right? Already run already, right? Now you want to chase. Just like all these UMW. So going back to the same thing like here, right? So if you have bought in here, and right now you'll be sitting on profit, because you're not being trained. Most people just want to buy it here because, wow, I can go, I want to buy some more, right? But the odds are stacked against you. This is when no one is interested. That's the time you want to be buying, okay? And again, this is something a lot of people find it very hard to comprehend, because the level of engagement that they have, again, not being trained very well, they listen here, listen there, have a plan at the end of the day, and back test, we always say, engage, use SMARTRobie for a while, and you will notice a lot of, it's not right all the time. Having said that, it will give you a very good entry point if you see in that one. So let's look at the US market right now. So for the US market in here, we are looking at the markets breaking up higher, definitely for sure, and likelihood we'll see more US COVID-19 stimulus to be announced. So tonight, for those of you who is coming, I think in here, some of you, Charlotte, who is listening right now, and a few other members from the masterclass, we will be preparing for tonight. Will be great. I'll be doing some live trading. Let's do some live trading, make some money tonight. A few $100 US, okay lah. Still pocket the money, can go for holiday now that interstate is open, right? I'm also going for holiday. Are you going for holiday too? Right? Anyone? Yeah, go by cuti Malaysia. What to do? Cannot go overseas, right? Already planning my Europe trip, my Scandinavian trip, all this kind of trip. Planning already. I was telling it's time to go over to someplace nice. All right. But having said that, let's move over to the next story that we have for you is the trending stock. Now that's right, in our trending stocks, I picked two stocks to make it simplified for you, MYNews and also AirAsia. Okay, let's look at MYNews inside here. MYNews. Okay, MYNews. Now MYNews is started to break out here, as you can see before, right? It's all right. Here we have a pullback, 1, 2, 3. So looking good. Okay, let's see where it goes from green pentagon in here and see how it goes. So that's a very nice. Now let me just switch to a daily chart here and bring out my my little pen here. I'm just going to draw that if you don't mind. Just give me a pen. Okay, I'm going to just draw this. Okay, so you can see here, okay, this. I know this is a big bold pen, right? Now, if you look at here, this is where the Pentagon first hit. It pulls back, no doubt about it, in here, but it didn't break below here. And there was a couple of tests. This is kind of slow one. Then it breaks out because of the good news going up in here. Okay, so right now it's trending up. So this is what we call a pullback. Those of you who have come, a pullback, a longer pullback, a full pullback. Now it started to move back up in here. You got a test. Volumes are coming up, so you might see a bit of receding here, but that's okay. You notice the volume is also very low. That's not a problem, but you have a support here. That's going to be good. That support has to stay. If you stay above that support, that means this MYNews is going to go up. Again, many expectation people have, oh, I want to buy something that zoom straight up, right? And if you are unskilled, you tend to be attracted by this kind of news, and you want to hear, right? But again, not things work like that. You need to train yourself to calm your own emotion, right? Know where you are, then you start making money. All right. Else you just be baits to a lot of the sharks out there. The smart money, that's right. A lot of them, all those are there. So this one looking pretty good. So that's why I choose this stock. Of course, not all stock actually done well. Now that's later on some of the stocks I'm going to be looking at. Okay, yesterday. So this is the okay. Let me get out from here first. Okay, next stock we have is AirAsia. Okay, AirAsia. So AirAsia again, right? Why I like about AirAsia is that no one's talking about AirAsia a lot. I like to pick things that is bad news on, right? So you can see here, AirAsia is popping up in here. That's my stocks, and it's pulling up in here. So you can see AirAsia, the recovery, the COVID-19, it's coming back. It takes out the upthrust, and today is up almost 5%. That's the stock that I'm looking at. You can learn to buy on the pullback if you don't want to. Switch to hourly chart. Those of you who want to think of upgrading, this is definitely good. So you can see a better timing in here. You can see even at this point, 2nd of December, that was where the Pentagon is. All right, and then the thing start to move. So right now you might want to wait for it to pull back. Right, look at the pullback and follow Zac, my trainer in here, will teach a little bit of the pullback and the COC. That should help you to get into the right place. All right, so those are the two trending stocks inside. Now, last week I did posted BioAlpha. BioAlpha was a real disappointment, to be frank with you. It was a smart money move. You can see when they announced the Reminex, okay, and then make a reversal, and that was very, very nasty. Things shouldn't happen like that, okay? You go up, you don't sell off. So which means smart money is still distributing in here, long-term distributing in here. Right now it's holding up with a spring. If you ask me, is it good to buy? I would pass this stock, to be frank with you. Because if you trends up, you don't break like this. Okay, so it violated one of what I call the smart money movement. You sell off too much. You can have a little bit of sell off. Let me show you what I mean. If you look at the B Auto, okay, any of those stock that is trending up, you can have this something like this, one bar. You have to continue. You cannot sell back out. Let's look at Server Dynamics too, okay, which is one of the stocks that you guys asked me to look at. Okay. Now, if you look at Server Dynamics in here, okay, this is also not good. You can see here, right? Today was a big sell-off of -7%. The big move, which I've talked about earlier, somewhere around here, last Saturday was around here. This big move, and you have this huge upthrust. This is where the distribution. So a lot of people are actually trying to get out here, right? Having said that, this is one of the big move in here. Okay, it's not too bad. It's still well supported in here. Let's see how it closes tonight. If tonight you close around in here, that's a nice pullback. And the market's not go up. It's not going to go up straight. It's just going to move sideways a bit more. Volume need to be reduced some more. At least half of the volume that you see here. Then this market will continue. Again, Server Dynamic is a longer term play. Having said that, it's. But the thing is that the reason why it's a bit of sell-off today, if you notice on the news, they're going for private placement. Basically, they're trying to raise money through the shareholder, which is from you and me, to pay the banks. They owe the bank too much money. Okay, right. It is still doing well in terms of revenue. Having said, that's why you see this thing go up. It's going to be the kind of volatility that you get, not until the oil and gas sector, and then the oil and gas sector is coming back. So this one looks pretty decent. Right now, it's a bit troubling. Having said that, it's not too bad too. Compared to BioAlpha, this is the one that you want to look at. Okay, the other one is M Steel. The steel industry already run a lot already. Okay, so you're up here. If you have not, you see, again, going back to here, if you have bought steel on this time, you're already sitting in a nice profit. Okay, you're already sitting in a nice profit here. That will be, definitely great. Okay, so this is what I've talked about here. Right now, if you buy this, you have to go for the short term. It's very difficult to trade, so you need to switch to an hourly chart. Now on the hourly chart will be much better. You had to buy on support and resistance in here. You got a couple of spring and tests inside here. No green pentagon, so you just need to wait. Okay, just need to wait inside. It's a good support in here. I don't see any trade in here, right? I would like to see a few more base, because if the market is this high, you want to see more accumulations, right? And definitely that is something I will show you on the next slide. Okay, next slide in here, which is the what we call the conceptual map. Right now, this market just pops up in here, but I want to see more accumulation. Else, the M still may seems a bit distribution. Okay, if you look from the daily chart here, you got a lot of upthrust already here. So it has to consolidate a bit more in here. Now, I want to show you is this slide, next slide here, where I talk about the science side. Now, this is what I talk about the line change. Now, just now I want to look at is the what we call the low volume bar. We need to have the low volume bar a bit more accumulation in here. So you bring back that chart that I just showed you, the M still in here. Okay, switching to an hourly chart. Now, if you don't have an hourly chart, right, then you want to consider subscribing. Else, you will find it very difficult to read. Okay, let me just try to place it at the right corner so you're able to see it. Okay, or maybe over this side in here. All right. Now, it came from here. There was a couple of low volume in here. You can see this was a good one, a test. Then you have a line change, but on the longer trend, on this hourly chart, we haven't seen the green pentagon, so that's definitely a no-no. You want to buy when there is a green pentagon. Okay, means you are at what we call a blue trend zone, like what you see here, right? Somewhere around here, right? Which means the odds is on your side. Which means you see this chart conceptual map here, right? This conceptual map, okay? Low volume, narrow spread bar. But what's the background color? What must you have? Blue, not orange. Yeah. Blue, not orange, then the odds is on your side. So go, okay, for you who want to ask me about this, all right, you wait until it turn blue first. Okay, turn the range turn blue, then wait for this conceptual map in here. Now, if you don't have a trade VSA or don't have an hourly chart, then what you do, just try to focus on this, do bar by bar and counting. That's what we train our trader to do. Now, if you're not trained and you just want to have stock tips, then you got to have the wider stops. Then you will subjected to more volatility. I always say that it's always good that people get some sort of formal training on reading the chart. Just like if you want to be a good engineer, you still need to be trained many years, right? Same thing as a trader or not. Else, if you look back on your career as an investor, some of you are young, around 40s, you will be trading a long time, like me too, right? So, and then you want to be more right than more wrong. So that way you make money. As I said before, going forward, 2021 is going to be a good year. So I always tell all my members, we are coming to end of the year, 31st December. Look back at your portfolio for this year, from 1st of January until 31st of December. All whatever you bought and sell, how well have you performed, right? Do what we call a review of all your trades. Okay, good one and bad one. I know some of you may say, hey, bad one, I don't want to know this one. The good one, I take profit of. So you will always notice the lesson learned from there is that you don't cut loss, you take your profit too fast. And it is time and time again, year in, year out. So as such, you may say, I have 5 years experience, 6 years experience, but it's the same experience every year. I don't cut loss, I take profit too fast. Year 1. Year 2, I don't cut loss, I take profit too fast. Year 3, I don't cut loss, okay, and I take profit too soon. So it's like 3 years of the same experience. Now remember, Einstein always says insanity is when you expect things to change, but you don't change. So a lesson for you today. So again, going back to the MCU. Okay, another stock we want to look at is Heng Yuan. Okay, some of you want to look at Heng Yuan. So I'll bring back the Heng Yuan. Okay, Heng Yuan here. Okay, of course I'll switch to a daily chart first. All right. This is definitely an oil and gas. Okay, same cerita, same cerita. Already shot up so much. Again, if you bought in at the green pentagon on the 11th of October. Again, I always say before, if you are trained, if you are skilled, you are already how much in the money? How much? You tell me. 115%. Some of you say, hey, I don't want to be greedy. 20% take profit can no, not a problem. Okay, so right now 150% you want to go in, you need a bit more skill. What I'm trying to say is that at earlier stages, because you may not have the skill, it's easier to go in just following the Pentagon. But right now, because all the news is already out, then you'll be fighting with a lot of people. You definitely need more skill and better charts reading or not. So again, let's switch to our hourly chart and put in there. Okay, so definitely we want to do, okay, let me just take this out. Okay, so definitely again, you can see this is what we talk about. When you have the green Pentagon in here, that's where you want to see the kind of low volume. Again, same thing here. Only when you have this area here. But right now, we don't see that. Okay, we don't see that. So let me just bring up the just on the chart I want to show you. Okay, here, this is the one. All right, same thing like what we just saw for M-Steel. You want to be in the good position. Okay, very good position to go in. So wait for the trend zone to turn blue first. Okay, wait for trend zone to turn blue first, and then you look for this kind of thing. Narrow spread bar, low volume. Okay, train yourself. You give the train when you sleep. Low volume bar, low spread bar. That's the one you want to be looking at. Okay, you got to train your eye, and when you train your eye, then your odds is on your side. Then any stocks that go high, you see, oh, all of a sudden you won't be buying and not jumping in, and that will save a lot of your money too. Okay. Okay, GN low buy on green Pentagon appeared on hourly chart or daily chart. If you can buy on daily, it's actually appearing on daily chart. Hourly chart is a different entry. You have to be more advanced than that. Hourly, if you buy green Pentagon on daily chart, it's much better. Okay, daily chart. Okay, that's the answer the question to GN Lu. Okay, let's look at MBSP. We still have a bit more time. Okay, I think all the banks will be doing well. My public bank also doing very well already. Right. In the water for so long, but I know they pay dividend. So you got to have some sort of strategy at the end of the day, as I said before. There are a couple of stocks inside here. SolarWest looks pretty good, right? As I said before, if you've been following my Wednesday night talk, all those, the solar sectors are doing well. So again, use the same timing what I showed you. Switch to a hourly chart, all right? If you want a better timing and look for the blue trend zone. So if you don't have the chart that you see here, the real-time chart, you might want to consider upgrading. It will help you too, as I said before, right? If the market's going to boom, you need to have an edge. And that's what I always said before. If you don't have an edge, you listen here, you will lose more than just, a few $1,000s in here. All right, that's why I said, a fool and his money will be soon parted. Okay, let's look at MBSB. Okay, MBSB in here. This is our hourly chart in here. Okay, switching to a daily chart. Yeah, MBSB again, we need to wait for the... MBSB looks pretty all right. I like it, just like all banks, it's going to push up. And what you want to do is just switch to an hourly chart. You wait for the green Pentagon to appear. Usually you're around 64 cents. And there's an alert here. You can see this, right? You can set the alert on TradingView, and that will correspond to your... You can see, if I just bring up my TradingView here, to show you that, and that's really one of the features. You switch on your TradingView between here, and your alerts, it will pump up to you. So that's one of the real benefits about this market here, right? So MBSB looks pretty good. So that's okay. MBRB, I think I reviewed that SAM earlier on. I've done that before. Okay, Heng Yuan. Okay. So that's all I have for you guys for this morning in here. Really, thank you for coming, and thank you for most important. Take note of this one. I'll give this you as a gift. Take a look at this picture in here, snapshot it, and try to marry, because we have many more of this in our masterclass. Some of those who came last weekend, we really go through each and one. This is just one of them. If you have benefit from this, I'm sure you will benefit from many more of the masterclass that we show. And definitely tonight we'll be looking at the US market. So this is a little bit of a conceptual map that we look at. Low spread bar, narrow. So this is just like an entry for you, so you can really plan it, and really I want you to make money too in the market and become a trained investor. Right? Tell me, okay, please. Type in your comments there. Say, I want to be a trained investor and trained trader. Can you do that for me? Okay, make a commitment to be a trained. Whether you go and learn from me, or you learn from other sifu, or learn by yourself, you buy lots of books like me behind here, please do that. Make a commitment at least for 2021. Can you type inside there? I want to learn to be a trained investor and trained trader. That's right. Mean train, go through properly, right? As I said before, there are lots of material like this. You learn it. There's a lot of free stuff in YouTube. A lot of free Sifu will teach you. Even your remiser, right? If it's good enough, he will also teach you this. But don't find remiser who don't do any work, especially the older generation. Nothing against the older generation. Having said that, they have to work hard to become your remiser. You know what I mean, right? Because I have trained a lot of remiser too. I say at the end of the day, you got to give good service to your people. Just like me, I give good service too. So this is definitely the line change that you see on the left-hand side is something there for you too. All right. So I'm just going to move on. Next is the QR code for our Trade VSA code here, and do watch that video too. And do give us a review on SMARTRobie. We really appreciate if you enjoyed this video in our breakfast show. Use this QR code and give us a smart review on SMARTRobie show. And tonight there won't be any live FB as we'll be doing our US market tonight. All right. So don't forget to join our Telegram chat room. Lots of free information to get you started in the right way. So if not, I'll see you next week. Right, the soonest. If not, for our members, tonight is the US market. Thank you and bye-bye.